This unit has a microwave, a propane stove, an oven, and a refrigerator. Because these appliances use a lot of electricity, these likely are not going to work on just battery power alone. You'll need to plug into shore power. That includes the air conditioner. We'll get to that in a second, but the microwave, self-explanatory as long as you're hooked up to shore power. This doesn't need power per se because it's gas, but essentially there's a friction spark lighter here that you just turn, and then you'll push in to allow you to turn the gas on. So it's a safety so nobody can bump these. You push in, you'll put the gas on, and you'll do the lighter, or you can just do another kind of lighter to light the top of the stoves. The only weird thing is that the oven itself is a manual light. So on the oven, you would turn to push and hold pilot, and then you would just take an extended lighter and light right here where the pilot light goes so you can use the oven. There's no switch or automatic way to light the oven, and it's a safety feature so the pilot light is not just always on while you're driving around. The refrigerator can be a little more complicated. So the refrigerator right now, there's no lights on, which means it's not powered on. And the reason is because if this is in storage or it's just parked in front of your house and you don't need the refrigerator on, like you're cleaning it or whatever, there's no reason to have the refrigerator on. But to turn it on, you hold the power button down, the refrigerator light will turn on, and what you want to hook it up to is you want it on auto. And this refrigerator has 3 sources of energy. It will use the battery power, which won't last very long, or it will use shore power, or it will use propane. And when you hold this mode button down, you can switch between which kind of fuel you would like to use. But the reality is, if you leave it on A for auto, it will find the most efficient use of fuel and run the refrigerator on that. Now, if you're low on propane and you just don't want to use propane, then you can switch it to just shore power and put the plug it into the shore power at the park. The downside is if the power goes out or there's not enough power, this may not keep this very cold. So that's why the recommendation was to leave it on auto and for it to decide. And then this is just the level of cold. So it's like 2 out of 5. There's 3, 4, and 5 out of 5. So you can decide how cold, and it only controls the refrigerator. The freezer is set at a freezing temperature. So this temperature gauge is only for the refrigerator. The freezer will remain at freezing temperature. And when you're done, let's say you're driving home, you don't care about the refrigerator, or for whatever reason, you just hold the power button and it will shut off.